what it was. But hey, you know, a win is a win. This is the second win in a row. Let's celebrate. Yeah. No, not the greatest football team. This is the second game in a row that we watch them win, and it doesn't feel like a win. It feels like we did everything to lose. The other team was just a little bit worse than we were. Wow. At least I love the fight song. The fight song is cool. Yeah. He's number one. Okay, I'm sorry, Climb. I wasn't trying to do the play-by-play here, but I'll give it to you. So the Miami Dolphins, first of all, their defense gives up a touchdown within 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes of the game, right? Minka Fitzpatrick, when they go for two, the Saints go for two, Minka Fitzpatrick intercepts the ball and scores a rare 2-point defensive score in the NFL. And then the Saints, down 4, go for the onside kick with like a minute 15 left, and they get the onside kick because somehow the ball hits a Dolphins defender. I don't know how. It must have scraped his finger. No idea. Whatever. Saints get the ball back, and they got to a 4th and 1, and they tried the QB sneak, but our defense made the play. Our defense stood them up, and the Dolphins escape with a victory. So the Dolphins win the game. But oh my goodness, this feels like the Commanders game, where yeah, we won, we got by the skin of our teeth, but jeez, like our team is so bad. They did everything to lose that game except just not be better than the other team. Or just be better than the other, not be as bad as the other team is what I meant to say. The Commanders goofed that game last week, 2 weeks ago in Spain with Mariota's stupid interception. And then here, the QB sneak, they shouldn't have done the QB sneak. That was dumb by the Saints because the quarterback was carving up our defense. I know it's 4th and 1, but jeez. They got the dub. They won. Yeah. They got it done. Yeah. Let's go, Climb. Fins up. At least they got it done. But I'll be looking at some press conferences and whatnot, just to kind of get the tenor of the locker room and whatnot. But like, it's hard to celebrate after that one. Honestly. Yeesh, we were up 16-0. 16-0. And that game came down to what it came down to. That's insane. I put a live bet for the Dolphins to cover 17.5 points at halftime. Because we were up 16, and I lost money, of course. I lost money. I'm always losing money, especially on the Dolphins. But wow, I don't think anyone's leaving that stadium today feeling like, oh yeah, we really let them know today. No, they did not. That was rough. That's crazy. Okay, I am back here. Gonna do some post game right now. Some post game coverage of this very, very disappointing Dolphins win, and I know that's kind of ironic to say, but geez, this is the second game in a row where we just can't help but feel like, damn, we should have lost that game. We did everything in our power to try to lose this game, but alas, the team we're playing is worse than we were. But otherwise, geez, the Miami Dolphins are a very bad football team this year. Very, very bad football team. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at what Dolphins Twitter is saying. Let's go on my following tab on X. We don't want to. We don't want to get into the 4U. It's gonna be a lot of nonsense. Mm, okay. All right. Looking for just Dolphin stuff. Titans officially eliminated. No surprise there. Minka called game. Okay. He did. Let's see more. Nothing like a home W. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That one's not feeling good. How's everyone feeling after today's win versus Saints? Drop your thoughts below. Okay, let's drop our thoughts. Right. Second win in a row where we honestly have little to celebrate. Little to celebrate. Just like versus Washington, it seems like we did everything we could to lose. But the other team was just a tad bit worse than us. Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel about it. We will be looking at some stats afterwards on the game. Actually, why don't we do that right now? Let's take a look at some stats. Let's see how this game ended up playing out. But the final score, Miami Dolphins 21, New Orleans Saints 17. And with our stats here, hello, can we get to the, wow, we're not even on the first, we have to expand the scoreboard on ESPN because nobody cares about the Dolphins and the Saints, and with good reason. Like, just today's game just shows you exactly why we don't need any of that. But let's turn the Christmas music on a little bit. Yeah, very light. Very light. Yeah, very nice. Get us in the season. I can't wait to get off stream and start eating. I'm hungry. But anyway, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Dolphins improved to 5-7, 4-3 at home. Saints fall to 2-10. Truly one of the bottom feeders in the NFL. And what this is the Dolphins. It's same thing against the Commanders, against the Browns. Specifically against the Commanders, once again, the Miami Dolphins showing us that they are indeed part of the lower tier teams in the NFL, and with 5 wins, they're overachieving as a bottom feeding team in the NFL. Evidenced by the fact that Washington and New Orleans take them right to the brink, and they're just barely able to squeeze out wins. Tua Tagovailoa, 12 for 23 today, 157 pass yards, 1 interceptions. He took 4 sacks. Tua's season continues to be anemic, and it's getting to that point where it's very hard to tell. Is this purely a regression from Tua, or is this offense just as dysfunctional as it has ever been under Mike McDaniel? And the reason why I say that is just because it just seems like they run out of plays on offense. They might be running out of plays on the run game too, but specifically in the pass, they just run out of plays. We see the same screens over and over again every single week. The miss from Tua to Achan, you could say it was Tua, you could say it was Achan. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Like, we've seen that play 100 times, and it was probably going to work again. But point being that there's just not a lot of wrinkles into the offense. And when you have Dolchich running 15-yard post routes down the middle of the field, like, really, that's the best play we got. I mean, at least it was a completion for a first down. But geez. Continuing on with the Dolphins, Achan, 22 carries for 134 yards and a touchdown. He had that long 29-yard touchdown run to start the game. Darren Waller, 2 catches for 47 yards, led the team in receiving yards. Waddle led the team with 3 catches. Jalen Waddle has 3 catches for 40 yards. Malik Washington led the team with 4 catches. Miserable. Miserable. Just miserable. Tua Tagovailoa fumbled? I don't remember him fumbling. But he did throw 1 interception. Jordan Brooks led the team with 12 tackles on defense. No surprise there. 1 tackle for loss. Great plays by the defense, of course. Chop Robinson got 1.5 sacks. Led the team today. I like that. And 1 tackle for loss. Glad to see that he had a decent game. Who else got a sack? Bradley Chubb got a sack. Zach Sealer with the fumble recovery. Love that play. Minka Fitzpatrick forced the fumble on that play. Looking over on the Saints side, Show had a career game, I think. No surprise here. 26 for 38 for 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and a fumble. Let's be real, if Shaw doesn't fumble the ball and throw that pick, the Saints win this game. The Saints should have won this game. Devin Neal, 14 carries for 47 yards, but it wasn't until Evan Hull started getting some carries that the offense really started firing for the Saints. Devon Vele killed us with 8 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown, including that touchdown to almost close the gap there. Chris Olave, 4 catches, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Jawan Johnson had a good game, 5 catches for 39 yards. Saints defense, nothing spectacular. Chase Young got a sack. Cam Jordan got 2 sacks. I was definitely afraid of him coming into the game. And we also got, I forgot who got the interception. Someone got the interception, but there it is. Kool-Aid McKinstry got the interception. With a name like Kool-Aid, oof. On our side, Rasul Douglas got our INT. And the star of the game is Riley Patterson, 4 for 4. Longest field goal is 48 yards, and he nailed it. So he was definitely the star of the game. Miserable win. I'm glad that they won. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they won. But if last game I put it all on Mike for trying to get us to lose the game with his terrible play calling, this game definitely fell on the players. The execution by the players was incredibly questionable today. Tua had a horrible game. Horrible game. They just looked out of sync. Taking sacks, missing guys where he otherwise shouldn't be missing guys. I like guys not being in the right spot. I have, very vividly in my head the play where Achane and Waddle just kind of like trip over each other, which is pretty embarrassing in my opinion. And that led to a third down failure. The Dolphins are live now, though. So we'll see when they actually get a player in there. See who talks to us today. But in the meantime, going over on Twitter. Just checking out what the chat is saying on this live stream. Anyway, let's keep looking on X, see what people are saying about the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins Twitter is relentless. Mood. I want to listen to Devon Achane. Listen to Devon Achane.
Was going through everyone's heart when Minka snagged that interception and ran it back for a score.
That's just him making the play, bro. Like you said, he's one of the captains on this team. He's a great player, and just showing him like 2-point conversion, no matter what it is, we're gonna go out there and play regardless.
And for you carried this offense today, over 100 rushing yards, your first 1,000 career yard season. What is enabling you to perform like this at this level?
Man, just us as a collective, as a group. Our line, they've been blocking very well for me,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of make my job easy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like like I said, we run the ball and stay ahead of the sticks. I feel like we run the ball efficient every week.
Well, enjoy this win, enjoy this record. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
What a victory, Devon.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
excellent.
First of all, what was going
Excellent.
through everyone's hearts and minds when Minka snagged that interception and ran it back for a score?
Wait, they already did pressers? I missed out on Devon Achane? Yeah, he said it. They've been sipping on field goals, and offense got to turn it up. Offense got to turn it up. But let's see who's next. I know eventually McDaniel's usually the last one. Oh, let's listen to Tua. Here we go.
He's so versatile, right? You can align him in the slot, you can align him in a receiver stance, in a running back position.
I'm just simultaneously responding to tweets. Never seen a team cheated more than the Miami Dolphins' worst call of the season. Absolutely, that onside kick was incredibly questionable. I responded, awful call, no definitive evidence of a Dolphins player touching the ball. Yeah, that was egregious. I see another tweet here. I'm at the point where you got to release NWI, man. No, I have a different take. But this isn't the first time we see Mike incapable of getting a new player integrated into the offense. Sure. NWI clearly is a bad signing. People hating on Tua for not getting that third down. I mean, I thought he got pretty close. It was fine. He did what he could. There's the man. Minka.
Walk us through that pick two at the end.
We were in it was a double. We had a double on 12 and a double on
There's Tua's
number
play.
2 to the field.
There's Tua's play
I
right
was
here.
in basically zero covers. The guy ran shallow, slipped it and caught the ball.
Any talk with Rasul, like show him how it's done to
Oh no, he's definitely getting fined. It was a great play, but he's definitely getting fined for not scoring on that play.
Wait, he's actually getting. I just saw him outside.
Absolutely getting fined.
Okay. I thought he was.
It's like within the DB room, we have like a fine system. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely getting fined for that. That's up for discussion.
He still made a great play too.
But I dapped him up. I said it's a great play, but you're getting fined. You know what I'm saying? Because we need as many points as we could get executed at a high level.
This look at this play here. The Ollie Gordon fourth down fail. Okay, this is. Hopefully he learns to not make these mistakes in the future. There's no reason for him to go lateral here. That is totally not the play to make. Not the play to make. Now I get it. Oh, oops. Hold on. I'm fumbling around here. Like, yeah, I get it. The line didn't get the push that they needed, but they might have. Because right here, okay, don't bounce outside. Dig your face into this hole or this hole. Right there. And look what happens to this little hole here between 89, 64, and 73. Look what happens. Yeah, they're kind of stonewalled here. But if you keep pushing, if you squeeze in there, this defender is going to hit him, right? And you got to try to push your body forward. Okay, the defender and Ollie were going to hit this hole at the same time, but it's just a yard. It's just a yard. And look, you dig your face in there, you're surrounded by 3 linemen all falling on top of you, including the defender, and you give your team a shot. You might have gotten there. You know, you might have gotten there. Or if you go up the center here in this other gap, right there, you dig your face in there away from this defender, and you give your team a shot to at least have that like reviewed, and maybe you get the first down, maybe you don't. This is absolutely not what you do. Absolutely not. Unless you thought that Dolch's block is gonna seal that guy, and both these guys are just gonna get caught there, and then you got not one but 2 defenders that are chasing you to the outside, because 56 was ready for that too. 56 was also ready, and it's just bad. It was bad, very bad execution by your young running back there, and yeah, that's a good example of a play where I'm gonna say that for the most part Mike called a decent game. There were some instances where I was like, Mike, what are you doing? Particularly the first and goal at the 10, you passed the ball 3 straight times with the rain coming down. That was just really inexcusable. But let's see. I do think that Mike would be the last guy. Mike would be the last one to come up. And there he is. So the shower of ums and ahs and uhs are starting right now. Wow. Okay, that was quite a bit. Well, of course, the story all week is going to be about Tua and his play, and I would be really, really curious to actually look at the film a little bit more specifically, because at least from what I saw, Tua did indeed have quite a bad game. He did not play very well at all. Nonetheless, they made enough plays to win. The interception was stupid. Devon Achane would have ran to the end zone and beaten everyone to the pylon if Tua didn't blindly just throw to Waddle 40 yards downfield and would have just turned to the back end. I don't know. He's not counting players. I don't know if the offense was like, get out there, go, you know, before the Saints can settle down, because it was obviously the turnover and the quick turnaround. But if he just looks over to the backside of the play, Devon Achane was there for the check down, and the only guy in position was number 53, and a safety really deep down. Everyone shifted over to Waddle's side. If he checks it down to Achane, he's probably going to get at least a first and goal, if not make it to the end zone. The screen pass incomplete to Achane on 3rd down was, I don't know. It hit Achane's hands. Can you say, well, it should have been a better throw? Sure, but it wasn't like the miss to Julian Hill that should have been a better throw by Tua. But the Achane pass, that screen, I'm just a little frustrated into the fact that it just looks like Mike doesn't have a lot of variety in the pass game going on right now. The run game is excelling, and the run game just keeps getting better. And I'm glad to see that we stayed just as efficient with Austin Jackson in there. That's a big deal, because Austin Jackson is definitely way more talented than Larry Borum. So I'm glad to see that the run game still kept its efficiency. But I don't know. I don't know. It looks like Mike just keeps running out of plays, to be honest. And that screen incomplete, maybe that would have been a better like 1st or 2nd down call. But for that to be your 3rd down call, it's like, again on 3rd down, you're going to hit this play that everyone has seen. And I guess it would have worked, but Ugh, I don't know. I don't know. Second game in a row. They barely squeaked it out against Washington. Today, they barely squeaked it out against New Orleans. Hard to feel good about the Miami Dolphins right now, even though they're on a win streak, 5-7. They're gonna win next week against the Jets. We already know they'll be 6-7, and they're gonna lose against Pittsburgh on Monday night, and then we probably won't win another game this year after the Jets game, unless the Patriots have nothing to play for at the end of the season and we get an easy one there. But I am done. I've been live since 12 o'clock for 5 hours now, so I'm gonna call it there.